StraighTAllDay.com.
Tuned into the show where you learn the discipline to show up day after day to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there even when the success you've expected to achieve has yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative, which is the go-getter energy that moves any one of us, including yourself, to go and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. And then we put all this together into a series of frameworks, approaches, insights, strategies, and techniques, all underneath the umbrella of one unifying philosophy that is called Work on Your Game. My name is Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. And today's topic is stay close to the money. Stay close to the money is the topic here today. I'll get into that, what it means, and where we're going with it in a minute. But before we get started, let me remind all you, or tell you if you didn't know, I send out a text message every single morning free of charge to everyone in my text community. This message is guaranteed to keep you focused, sharp, and on point. I call it the daily motivation text. If you want to receive this message, and I would suggest that you do, all you got to do is text me at my number, which is 305-384-6894. And every morning when I send out the daily motivation, because you are a member of my texting community, what's going to happen is you're going to receive this message free of charge straight to your phone every day. And you can even respond to any of the texts that I send out, and you'll get a response from me, because I do take time every day and go through my messages and respond to some of them. So text me again at that number. It is listed down below in the show notes if you missed it. And that is for getting the daily motivation text that I send out every single day. Secondly, would you like some help in building up your bulletproof mindset? Do you want a strategy and a game plan for what you're doing with your business? Do you want to have a system so that your strategy and game plan can be executed over and over and over again without human involvement all the time, so you can do less work and the system can do more work for you? And would you want someone who can help hold you and your processes accountable and learn how to do that with yourself, holding yourself and your processes accountable so that your outputs are consistent and predictable? If any of those sounds like what you want, or all of them, or some combination, I want you to go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. Get started in the university right now. That's where you can get direct coaching from me. You can work directly with me. That is the only place you can do that, is at workonyourgameuniversity.com. That link is also down below in the description. Now, getting into today's topic, stay close to the money. This is a metaphor that can be related to money, if that's the thing that you want, but also related to anything that you want in life, or anything you want more of in life. So that can be relationships, since we're living in the era of collaboration, and you should always be looking to build more relationships, because relationships are a very valuable currency in an era of collaboration. The more people you know, the more people you'll know, because you know that person, then you get to know everybody they know, and they can know everybody you know, and you can start making all kinds of intermingling connections because you are connected and you know the right type of people. So you want to stay as close as possible to the metaphorical money, whatever it is that you want in life or in business. You need to know where the money is. First of all, you got to go seek so you know where it is, and then you got to stay around it. All right, that's how you get to it. You got to be around the things that you want. So this is kind of a law of attraction thing. This is a rational, logical thing, both wrapped into one, and probably other things too that I'm not even thinking of. Point number one, today's topic once again is stay close to the money. Fastest way to get anywhere in life is not through hard work. That's a sip of water comment, because some of you have been taught your whole life that the key to achieving any outcome is to just work hard. I'm not telling you that you don't need to work hard. I'm not telling you not to work hard, but I am telling you that the fastest way to get to any outcome is not through sheer hard work and effort. It is through connections to other people who have already gotten to where you want to be. Fastest way to get anywhere is to connect with people who have already gotten to where you want to be, because they already have seen the road. They already know where all the potholes are. They know where things can get messed up. They know where situations can go off the rails. They've already seen everything. All you got to do is follow them, let them guide you towards where you need to go, even if that means you need to pay them, but they've seen the way. They know the way. So you'll achieve your outcome a whole lot faster working with someone who knows the way than trying to figure it all out on your own, regardless of your own the significance of your own personal intelligence. All right, we all think we are smart enough to do everything by ourselves until we try to do everything by ourselves, and we realize that no matter how smart we are, you only got one brain, two eyes, one mouth, two hands, and you can only be in one place at a time. But if you have other people with you, then you can get a lot more done in a shorter period of time than you were doing everything by yourself. So again, this is not to say you won't have to work hard, But it does mean that when other people know the route that you have gone and where you came from and where you're going, you can shortcut a lot of that hard work. See, if I had somebody around me who knew how to do something that I'm trying to do myself, they can probably achieve the outcome. They can get something done 10 times faster than I can get something done. So it makes sense for me to pay them some money to do some work for me. Why? Because what they're saving me is the amount of time it would have taken me to do the same thing. So I factor that in. Then I factor in how much of my own time am I using up in the process of doing things myself. Add all that together, figure out how much your time is actually worth, and then you get to do a simple mathematical equation as to whether this makes sense or not. When you have other people around you, in the worst case, you can at least know that you are working hard on the right things that will help you get to the goal, because you're talking to someone who's been there before. You're not just working hard on things and then hoping that it worked and then going back and saying, all right, what am I doing now? This is what most people do. They work hard on things that they're not sure are going to work or not. Then when they're not getting the result they want, they go looking for someone to help them understand why they're not getting the result they want. Well, it's because you are doing the equation. The equation's off. You need to get around people first, then figure out what to do. Jim Collins talked about this in his book, From Good to Great. It's first who, then what. Get the right people around first, then go figure out what they're going to do. So if you knew that your hard work was getting you exactly where you wanted to be, you knew it was going to take you right there, you'll probably even work harder than you already are. And you have a lot more confidence, which contributes to the results of your efforts. The more confident you are, the more results you produce. It's just a natural thing that happens with human beings. Point number 2. Today's topic, once again, is stay close to the money. Number 2, when you identify people who already are, or who already have, or are already doing what you want, it is your responsibility to stay as close as you possibly can to that individual using your 5 forms of investment, which are time, money, attention, energy, and focus. So this is a lot more than just following someone on social media. All right, that's not what I mean when I say you want to stay as close to them as possible. Now, you can follow somebody on social media, but you got to do more than that. Don't just watch them on YouTube. What it means is getting into the rooms that they are in, whatever those rooms happen to be. Even when you need to use your money to get in the room, you want to be around people who are actually going somewhere. You want to get around people who are already making these moves. You want to get around people who are already making it happen. Get into their room, even when you need to use your money to get there. Make friends, invest in relationships, get involved in the things that they are not involved in. This is how you build businesses. This is how you build relationships. This is how you hustle, folks. So any of you talking about hustling, this is how you hustle. Build relationships so that you can achieve more outcomes in less time. That's what hustling is. Hustling is not working as hard as possible to get a 1-to-1 ratio between your effort and your outcome. Hustling is figuring out, how can I get a 1-to-3 ratio, or at least a 1-to-2 ratio on all my efforts. In other words, I put in 1 unit of effort, I get 3 units of result. 2 units of effort, I get 3 units of result, whatever it happens to be. But figuring out, how can I get more out of what I'm already doing? That's what hustling is about. Hustling does not just mean working harder and hoping that things work. It also does not mean doing everything by yourself, which is the slowest and dumbest way to do things, since none of us is good enough to do everything by ourselves. So when you're trying to do everything by yourself, we already know you're at a limitation, because you ain't good enough to do everything by yourself. At some point, you're going to slip up, and then you're going to lose to someone who has a team of people, and they have the right person doing the thing that you slipped up at. You probably slipped up because you're not good at it, or because maybe you were using all your energy on other things. They got people who are not using any of the energy on other things. They're just doing this thing, and you see what they're doing. So identify people who are already achieving outcomes. Stay close. This is the smartest way to achieve anything in life. Find the people, find what they're doing, get around them, soak up the knowledge, soak up the game, pay if you need to for access. You should pay for access if you need to pay for access, and then milk everything in that room for all that it is worth. Point number 3. Today's topic, once again, is stay close to the money. Number 3, you do not need to pay attention to everyone. Not everyone gets the same level of attention. Not everyone deserves the same level of attention, especially from you. In episode 283, back in 2016, I told you to choose your guides and mentors and subsequently eliminate everyone else. This is about shutting off the information faucet that will never stop flowing if you don't intentionally get away from it. The information faucet is Everybody out there who's putting out materials and courses and posts and status updates and reels, that's the information faucet. Even though all of it is not information, some of it is just entertainment, but it's an information faucet. You can't stop that faucet from flowing, but you can get away from that faucet. Let somebody else get fat and happy consuming from the faucet. Just don't let it be you. On the internet today, there are thousands of people who are sharing information, ideas, strategies, and everything else about the very things that you are focused on. And you can't listen to all of these people, nor should you. First of all, it's too many of them. Secondly, eventually, two people's ideas are going to butt heads. This person's going to say one thing, this person's going to say another thing, and you're trying to figure out, well, which one is it? Here's my suggestion. Don't listen to either one of those people and just focus on one to where you're not comparing. You shouldn't even have to compare. You should be focused on one individual consuming all of their stuff, no more than 3 individuals, and they should ideally complement each other in some way. They don't even have to know each other, but they should complement each other. And understand that the person that you are looking to work with cannot and should not follow all of these points. You need to pick and choose who are the people who can best help you get to where you want to go, deep, with no more than 3 people on any particular topic. What topic can you go super deep on? I like this concept of no more than 3 people. As soon as you put 4 people in a conversation, 4 and up, then you start having side conversations, and there's no main focus around one central theme. But 3 people, you have a main focus around one central theme. So go deep on a particular topic and then focus on that. Focus on the right people. And if you choose the right people, they will all have enough information to keep you satisfied and informed and consuming for years to come. You're never going to be looking at them saying, man, I have enough information, I don't know what to do next, I got everything I need from this individual, I don't know what to do next. They probably are going to help you out and give you some things that you didn't think of, that you don't even know right now. But over time, more stuff will happen. And hey, over time, you're going to learn how to stand up. You'll be big enough to actually, you'll be big enough to move yourself forward and be that person that other people want to pick. They're going to be looking at you like, hey, this is the person that I want to follow. This is the person that I want to work with. This is the person that I want to do business with. This is the person that I'm going to dive into their world. They're going to be the person that I can follow because they have a deep enough well of knowledge and information. They're the true expert that I want to be around. So you can be that person moving forward, but you got to pick your experts right now. And again, pick an expert who has a deep enough well of material to where you can just go down into their archives, or they're publishing consistently enough even today. They should have enough in the archives, but also they're publishing consistently enough now that you're never going to get to the bottom of whatever it is they have to say or whatever it is that they have to share. So that's how you pick your mentors. You don't want to pick somebody who's just coming in and they're brand new. It doesn't mean they can't be good. It doesn't mean they may not become good. But you want to pick somebody who you can go deep with. You can go 5 years back. You go 10 years back into their stuff. You're never going to run out of consuming material from these individuals. You want somebody who's so deep in the game, they got a lot to say. So if they haven't shown that, then you may want to be wary of that individual. They may have a lot to say, but if they haven't shown it, they don't have it out there, well, how are you going to get it from them? All right, you might have to get their time, and their time may not be as available as you want it to be. So these are all things you got to consider here when it comes to picking your experts, picking your mentors, picking your guides. Let's recap today's class, which is stay close to the money. This is a metaphor that can be related to money, but also to anything that you want in life and anything that you want more of. And this is about relationships, really, because we're living in this era of collaborations where relationships are a super valuable currency. Number one, fastest way to get anywhere in life is through hard work. All right, this is not true. All right, that is a falsehood. The fastest way to get anywhere is through connections to other people who have already gotten to where you want to be. This does not mean you won't have to work hard. It just means you can work hard on the right things because they're telling you exactly what the formula is instead of you guessing. Number two, when you identify people who already are or have or are doing what you want, it is your responsibility to stay as close as possible to these individuals using your time, money, attention, energy, and focus. So not just following them on social media. If it means spending money to get into the rooms that they're in, do so. All right, this will be a great investment for you, is to get around people who are playing the game at a higher level, even if it means you are spending money to get there, folks. And this is something that really, at this point, should go without saying. You shouldn't even have to be sold on this concept of using your money to move yourself forward. But if you still need to be sold on it, listen, there are people who are bypassing you. There are people who are surging past you and moving forward faster than you, who started out behind you simply because they're taking action when you're thinking about it. All right, so don't keep making this mistake. Point number three, you don't need to pay attention to everyone. I told you about this in episode 283. Pick your guides and mentors, eliminate everybody else. Shut off the information faucet. All right, you can't listen to everybody And you shouldn't listen to everybody because there are too many people for you to listen to them all. And eventually, one person's information is going to clash with another person's information. Now you don't know who to listen to. Now you're even more confused than you were at the beginning. So pick 2 or 3 experts in any area that you're focused on and just go into all their stuff, because they will have enough stuff. They're truly an expert. They have enough stuff to keep you fulfilled and keep you satisfied as far as your information hunger moving forward for a long time. Even if you're not even looking at their new stuff, you're looking at all their old stuff, they have plenty of material. You go through the archive of anything in the Work on Your Game world, you see there's plenty of material here. So I'm not worried about you getting to the bottom of the well of whatever it is I have to offer. You'll never get to the bottom of the well because I can create it faster than you can consume it. That's just seriously how it is. So if they're a true expert, they will already have this. You won't have to go to their house or anything. They're a true expert. These things are already being in place and they'll show you. With all that said, text me. Tell me the best idea you got from today's class and let me know you want that daily motivation. Here's my number, 305-384-6894. And workonyourgameuniversity.com is where you take your next step for your mindset, strategy, systems, and execution. You want access to all the frameworks, all the courses, all the trainings, and get coached directly by me. There's only one place to do it. That is at Work on Your Game University. The link, workonyourgameuniversity.com. Work on your game. Dre all day.